Hello, everybody. It's Mr. Mulvihill here. Hope you guys had a nice weekend. If you celebrate Easter, I hope it was good. Um, yeah, I mean, nice 3-day weekend. That's always good. So today we are gonna begin our 5-day week here. I do have some announcements before we get started with this notes video. For one, this is online learning, so learning is a part of the word. So just keep that in mind that is the goal. The goal is to be learning. I know we're not at school, but just make the most of your time here. What you put in is what you get out. That's how it works. My second announcement is, going off of that, attitude. You guys should have the attitude that I'm going to learn from this video, and I'm not just going to get this done as fast as I can and forget about it, so I don't have to think about it, and I don't have to do what Mr. Mulvihill says. Blah, 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 blah. Have the attitude that I'm going to make the most of this. And then the third thing is, I will be grading these things a little bit more tougher. But with that comes I'm available for Google Meets twice a week, Tuesday, Thursday from 11 to 12, or whenever you want, just email me. And if you do a Google Meet with me, as some of you have done, you know that I work you towards 100. So if you do Google Meet and you work with me, you are most likely going to get 100. All right? So those are my 3 announcements for today. So as far as this assignment goes, if we read this part up top, both of these pages are a part of your assignment. For the first page, follow along with the notes video to get the answers. So you're already listening to the notes video right now as the sound waves hit your eardrums. So you're doing that part. So I'm just going to walk you through the first part, and then the second page down here is what you guys are going to be responsible for. Again, I can help you on Google Meets. Okay. So so what is a function? This should be a recap for you. What is a function? A function is like an equation, where if you plug something in, you get something out. So let's look at an example here. Is the following table a function? Take a minute to answer that. Oh yeah, you might want to know that f of x is really just y. It's just like the fancy way. So you're normally used to seeing x, y tables, x, y. F of x is just y. That's all you got to know. So is that a function? No. The x's repeat, the 2 repeats. Okay, so we know what is a function up here. We know what is a function, but why do people care? Fair question. Well, ultimately, and I know I go crazy with math sometimes, but this is important. Why do people care? It tells us information. That's all. Why do people care what a function is? It tells you information. So let's look at an example of something telling us information. The function f of x equals 100 minus 0.25x models how much battery power f of x is left after x minutes of using an iPhone. Evaluate the function at the specified times below and then state what the information you can get out of it. Okay, so I like to think about what this question is even talking about. So this is the equation here, and it's going to tell us how much battery power f of x is after x minutes of using an iPhone. So it's kind of like a battery percentage calculator. So f of 8, if you guys remember, well, f of x, if you just look up here, is 100 minus 0.25x. So to figure that out from last week, remember we're just going to plug in the 8 for x. So that'll give us 100 minus 2, which is 98. So f of 8 equals 98. What does this tell you? Well, to figure that out, we got to know what the x's and what the f of x is. So f of x, if you look back at the question, is the minutes. And in this case, what was the minutes number in our answer here? Well, it was the x, right? So it was, there's the x number. So it was 8. F of x is your, if you look up here, it's your battery power. That's what f of x is. So your battery power, and it's what you get out. It's your output. And the number that we got was 98. So if you kind of put this information together here, the minutes and the battery power, we can say what this information in it is. It's after 8 minutes of using your iPhone, your phone has 98% battery. That's the information we get from that function. All right, let's evaluate f of 36. So same idea, we're going to plug in 36 for x, right? So we should get 100 minus 9, and that will be 91. So our x was 36, and x is minutes. So after 36 minutes, the phone is at 91%. That's our output. Alrighty. Go ahead and pause the video and try those two, and those will actually be the last ones I fully go over. Alright, f of 60, so 100 minus 0.25 times 60. You should get 100 minus 15, so which equals 85. So after 60 minutes, maybe you noticed that 60 minutes is just an hour. So after an hour, the phone is at 85%. This is probably like a new phone. For me, after 1 hour, for me, I'm probably down to like 7. Who even knows? Not that. Then the final one, so you plug in 400 for x. So you should get 100 minus 100, which is 0. So after 400 minutes, your battery's at 0%. So I'm just going to say your phone is dead. Because that's 0%. All right? Yeah, so why do people care what a function is? It tells us information. We just got a ton of information in the what does this tell you question. And we got that by using our function and plugging in a number and getting something out. So for these last questions here, that's the leftover part of your assignment. It's a 2-page assignment. So you guys can work on that, and I will see you at the Google Meet if you guys have any questions. I do want to give you one hint for C down here. If you want it, listen to it, and if you want it later, then check back at the video later. But for the hint right now for C is that this is 0 seconds. That's the hint you can have for question C. All right, that's all, guys. Have a great rest of your day. Take care, and enjoy the sunshine if she ever comes out today. Bye-bye.